Matt, what we got? What we got? Like 2 weeks? Two weeks left?
2 weeks.
Xander, Boots, how you feeling?
Oh, come on, brother. I feel 100% confident that who's gonna get him out of here within 12.
Within 12?
Within 12, yo.
What's your official prediction? Stoppages don't matter how it goes?
Well, it don't matter how it goes. You know what I mean? He gonna stop it within 12. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got it going. He's gonna stop it with it. However, he's gonna stop it.
Oh, Boots in under 6 actually.
Under 6?
Yeah, he's getting stopped.
Tell me how.
I think he's gonna hit him with a good overhand, come up with an uppercut, bring it over the top, come back up. It's gonna be a good show.
So a systematic breakdown, or is it gonna be one shot to get him out of there?
A nasty 20-punch combination.
20 punch?
He's getting knocked out.
A 20-piece nugget?
20-piece nugget.
It's gonna be an overhand.
Damn, Mark.
Yeah.
Both of y'all.
He's gonna probably like be
God
wobbly.
damn, son. Over here looking like a goddamn animal.
He's gonna be wobbly or he's gonna get like one shot at.
Huh?
It's gonna be within like 8 rounds.
Then he stops him with 8? But you said he stops him within 8?
Yeah, within 8.
Now, some people are saying systematic breakdown.
I got Boots, man. And I low-key don't even see a way that Xander's going to be able to deal with Boots. I mean, they say he's going to box him and stuff like that or whatever, but I don't think Zayas' power is really top tier to really keep Boots off. I think Boots is very versatile. I think he'll fight a better fight than the past.
Of course, man. Look, at 23 years old, man, he's a unified champ. I mean, who wouldn't want to be in that position, right? And I think he's definitely on the clouds right now. And I think if he can continue that momentum and beat Boots, man, I think the sky's the limit for the kid.
Now, what about Boots? What do you think his best attributes are in the ring?
And he's slick. You know, he's slick, and I think the best attribute about him is that he could create openings off of anything. You know, he does all these little movements that he could find the opening. So I think him being able to create openings off anything, man, I think that's pretty special.
All right, man. Thank you for your time. And once again, who are you giving the advantage to that fight to?
If I'm a betting man, I'm going Boots.
Look, I'm gonna be there. I already talked to Max Room, and yes, I'm gonna be there. It's a great fight. Can't wait. Xander Zayas looks big and strong, and he's got the heart. He's got the hunger. So I think it's gonna be a very, very competitive fight. Look, I could probably predict Boots, but it's not gonna be easy.
Is Jaron Boots Ennis truly an untouchable force of nature in the ring, or is he blindly stepping into a carefully laid trap set by a 23-year-old phenomenon? That burning question is currently splitting the combat sports world right down the middle. On June 27th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, the sport is finally receiving the blockbuster matchup fans have been desperately demanding. Xander Zayas, the unbeaten unified WBA and WBO super welterweight champion, has everything at stake. He is moving up to confront the former welterweight ruler, a man widely regarded as the most lethal fighter walking the planet today.
Xander is walking into Hell's Kitchen. He's walking into Hell's Kitchen. He's going to have to go through the fire, and I hope he got a fire extinguisher with him, because he's going to have to go through the fire. It's going to be hell to pay.
Once you cut through all the promotional noise, this contest boils down to a captivating collision of two very different fighting philosophies. It is the timeless story of explosive, unpredictable chaos colliding head-on with ironclad, methodical discipline. Boots is a riddle that most opponents cannot even begin to decode. He leans heavily on extraordinary reflexes, the ability to switch stances seamlessly, and sheer physical dominance. His offensive game is built in real time, operating with a rhythm and inventiveness that routinely overwhelms everyone standing across from him. Yet on the opposite side of the ring stands a warrior who functions like a precision-engineered machine. Zayas does not lean on raw physical gifts alone. He arrives at every bout armed with a meticulous, calculated blueprint. His sharp boxing intellect, educated jab, and relentless lateral movement are specifically built to dismantle pure athleticism. This is the ultimate examination of whether structured perfection can domesticate untamed brilliance.
Oh, brother, who do you think you are? To be 23 years old, unified champion, and fight Boots, no problem. Listen, a fighter can want that all they want. How do you convince Top Rank to do some shit like how does that happen? And why does it happen?
Because I'm that guy. It's simple. I'm that guy. He's the number one supposedly.
with your slickness, your athleticism, hand-eye coordination, creativity. But then I saw a switch where you started being a brutal fighter, taking a few punches, like a boxer puncher, like Sugar Ray Robinson, Terrence Bud Crawford, and all those boys, Salvador Sanchez. Was that on purpose to just demolish people and change your style a bit and not do so much of the freaking, how you were freaking people out? Was that on purpose or was that just instinctual?
I do what I want. I'm just like that. I do what I want, straight like that. And whatever my team and my dad want me to do, that's what we do, you know. But the main thing is to have fun. But we see blood or see somebody hurt, he's out of here.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You have a very high KO ratio, but people see you as a slick fighter now. I have to say this, that goes to your credit. To be a knockout artist, but people see you as a slick fighter. How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a knockout artist? Do you see yourself as a slick fighter? How do you categorize yourself?
I'm a variety. I do it all. I can do whatever. Like I said, I do what I want. I feel like I'm a boxer, puncher. I can walk people down. I can do whatever. Inside fighting, like outside fighting, mid-range, like whatever you want, I can do it. And I got the IQ to do it, so.
Behind closed doors, pound-for-pound elite fighters have been remarkably blunt about how this stylistic nightmare is going to play out. Terrence Crawford, someone who understands precisely what unifying a division demands, held absolutely nothing back. He applauded the young Puerto Rican star for chasing history and accepting enormous risk. However, Crawford openly admitted that in his view, this enormous jump in competition level is arriving just a touch too soon in the champion's development.
And that's a tough fight, you know, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, you know, that he has in himself. And he's ready to go make history for his country. And he's going to do real well in that fight. You know, I just think, you know, right now, you know, it's a little bit too early for him.
On the other end of the spectrum, former champion Shawn Porter envisions a far more competitive affair. He sees this pairing as a genuine toss-up stylistically. Porter believes Zayas' polished fundamentals are more than capable of neutralizing the Philadelphia native's explosive attacking bursts. Even so, Porter ultimately tilts toward the challenger, simply because that caliber of innate natural ability is impossible to dismiss.
Xander Zayas is the more controlled fighter in the sense that he has a regimented account for what he wants this fight to look like and how to get to where he's trying to go to, opposed to Boots, right? So you and I, we take off at the same time and we're racing. I'm clearly the faster car. I'm clearly the faster, better driver, but you know exactly how you want to get there. You're going to go down one street, you're going to go right. You're going to get to that street, you're going to go left. And you're going to go left, and then you're going to go right. And then you're going to zoom it down, and then you're going to make another right. While as me, I'm like, man, I'm going to go here, and then I get to a light, and I'm like, I can't stay at this light too long. And then I turn and I go down and I got a stop sign and I go here and I'm here. You know, I feel as if Boots is the kind of fighter that has so many tools and so many things that he's capable of doing. I think he knows how fast he is. He knows how quick he is. He knows how powerful he is. And it's a matter of him saying, man, this is going to work. That's going to work. This going to work. That's going to work. Opposed to a Xander Zayas, and I know that I'm not wrong about this. Xander's going to come to the ring with, this is what we need. And if this isn't working, this is where we're going to go to. And then if this isn't working, we're going to try to figure it out from there. You know, I think that Xander's coming in with what I would consider to be a solid game plan, while I will look at Boots thinking that talent coming to the ring. And if you hold that talent, you know what's going to happen then, you know? So that's what I'm looking at in this fight. I still think it's, in some ways, it's a 50-50 fight, but I'm inclined to go with the talent because that talent is undeniable. It's just that talent. It's just that talent, you know?
Not everybody in the sport is treading carefully with their words, though. Certain old-school legends are flat-out calling for a one-sided demolition. When veteran trainers who have witnessed everything start weighing in, the warnings take on a far grimmer tone. Coach Reg recently delivered a no-nonsense message stating the young unified champion is marching headfirst into Hell's Kitchen. He cautioned that surviving those awkward angles and blinding hand speed will demand passing through absolute fire.
First of all, anybody know me know I've been a Xander fan. I've been talking about Xander from the beginning since I saw Xander. Like me, and Coach Anthony used to have these talks. And I mean, Coach Anthony know I'm a big Xander fan. But it is levels to it. I mean, and of course you got to commend him for taking the fight. I mean, that shows he don't duck no smoke. I mean, the fact that he took the fight. On the other hand, Xander is walking into Hell's Kitchen. Walking into Hell's Kitchen. He's gonna have to go through the fire, and I hope he got a fire extinguisher with him, because he's gonna have to go through the fire. It's gonna be hell to pay.
That's a hell of a one-liner, man. I don't even know how to follow that up with a question. He's walking into Hell's Kitchen. Why you feel that way?
I mean, just again, he's still young, and I don't think the coaches or Top Rank will let him get beat too bad. I think they'd throw the towel on him before he get beat too bad. So I think that, all right, my guy. I think they'll throw the towel in before he gets hurt.
What are you saying stylistically? Why does this fight favor Boots? Or why do you feel like he should be the overwhelming favorite?
Because Boots is more athletic. I don't understand why Xander said he's more athletic. I was trying to figure that out the whole time we sitting there. Xander's too slow. He's good, but he's too slow. He's too slow. And he hasn't been in nobody with like Boots, who can punch, who can move, who got great defense, who's a good counter puncher. He hasn't been in there with anybody like that. At least
Hall of Famer James Toney pushed things even further. Never one to soften his viewpoints, Toney emphatically declared that the gulf in talent is simply far too wide to bridge. He boldly called his shot, predicting the challenger will completely flatten the champion stone cold before the final bell ever sounds.
What? You know what I said? Boots will stretching him.
Stretching?
Lights out.
A stretch?
You see, I haven't seen Xander Zayas. I want my big to I seen highlights of him.
How you look? How you looking? How you looking?
But the opponent fought assault. Come on, man.
So
what?
So you're telling me that the opponents that Boots have are solid?
I ain't say either. But I know one thing I see talent. I know talent.
Okay.
All right?
You're talking the eye test.
And look, there's talent right there.
Okay.
Talent. But you like I said, man, I can't. I'm not fighting. I'm a bystander. I'm gonna watch the fight. It's gonna be a good fight. It should be a fight for as long as it lasts.
Until Xander gets stretched. Like that, Tony.
To give those violent forecasts every chance of becoming reality, a secret weapon was quietly introduced into training camp. Preparing for a slick technician who never stops moving and feinting demands a very particular brand of work. That is precisely why crafty former world champion Demetrius "Boo Boo" Andrade was recruited for elite closed-door sparring sessions. The objective was never about copying a particular style. It was about sharpening split-second reactions against a deceptive, high-IQ adversary. Meanwhile, experts well-versed in the sweet science have flagged a concealed danger buried within this matchup. The young champion's relentless volume punching and non-stop output could ironically become his greatest liability. If he pushes forward too eagerly to impose his jab, he may walk directly into a devastating counterpunching trap that has finished countless fights before it.
Now, you're here, you just got finished sparring Jaron, and it's funny because you were the avoided guy, and now, that's kind of the direction that he's going in. What was it like to share the ring with him?
Oh man, I mean, it was great. He's in great shape, man. I've always been a fan of his. I've been watching him a long time. Been wanting him to do his thing, and it was nice so I can give him some type of looks and just pressure on his upcoming fight against Xander. And man, I mean, I just think Boots has everything it takes to stay on top of the game for a long time.
Who wins that fight, Boo?
Yeah, I'm Team Boots, so I believe he's going to pull it off. Like I said, I think he has every attribute to win, skill level. Zayas ain't no pushover either. Zayas ain't a pushover fight, but I believe that he has what it takes to, close the gap in the later round of the fight. Because I think just the speed, the skill, his explosiveness, and being able to he got good reflexes, that kid. So he's springy, so it's really nice to see that. And I've been watching him do that for a long time, so be able to get in the ring and be like, yeah, motherfucker, what's good? Let me see what you got, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was fun, so I had fun in there with it.
Away from the ring, the tension is escalating just as rapidly as the bold predictions keep piling up. The psychological warfare began weeks ago and neither competitor is conceding a single inch. The young champion completely dismissed the Las Vegas oddsmakers and the heavy underdog label attached to his name, firing back with confidence that his opponent leans far too heavily on raw.
For this, man, that was crazy. My arm started to hurt. That's why you're so big, bro, on the shoulders. All right, man.
Refusing to acknowledge any disrespect, the former welterweight ruler declared himself the unrivaled cash cow of the entire division. He made it abundantly clear that he fully intends to forcefully claim both world championships and leave zero questions about who genuinely controls this weight class.
We want to see all the stuff that
we're gonna handle business at 154, take care of everybody at 154, and so on and so forth. I will be undisputed at 154 though, for sure.
You know who else at 154?
I don't care who at 154.
Boy.
I don't care who this is my division. This is my division, all right? And I said this to one of my homies. I'm like, bro, let you look at it, at 154, these guys gonna make the most money fighting me. I'm really the cash cow at 154 for real. So these guys can fight this guy, fight that guy, but when they fight me, I'm the cash cow. They're gonna make the most money fighting me, and that's with anybody at the division. So they gotta see me. I got the biggest name, I got the hottest name. I'm the best fighter at 154. They gotta see me.
Dude, I'm lit.
One enormous risk surrounding this event is something surprisingly few people are openly discussing. What becomes of the heavy favorite if he actually falls short on fight night? Analysts have begun raising red flags about just how much is riding on this outcome. Should the Philadelphia star suffer defeat here without ever having secured a career-defining signature win, he runs the serious risk of being remembered as one of the most overhyped talents in contemporary boxing history.
If Ennis wins, he will take another step towards, in my eyes, what's like a Terrence Crawford-like trajectory, where Crawford wasn't able to, Crawford could sell out Omaha, just like Ennis has sold out Philadelphia. He could sell out his home base. But ultimately Crawford, through sheer excellence and talent and ability, time after time after time, once he got into his 30s, well into his 30s, that's when the real blockbuster kind of fights came his way, because he just simply couldn't be denied. And I think if Ennis wins, that's the trajectory he's on. If Ennis beats Zayas, like he's favored to do, it's another step towards that kind of like Crawford-like projection, okay? Now, to be fair to Ennis too, if you could argue, well, no, he's in the Mayweather. Mayweather had to be a B-side and was 28 years old against Arturo Gatti, a East Coast product, a guy fighting on the East Coast, and he winds up beating up Gotti and eventually trumps all expectations except his own on how big of a pay-per-view star he could become. Trumps top rank, the media, anybody's wildest dreams of what Floyd could do as a draw, he trumps them. And yeah, maybe Ennis can do that, but Ennis isn't Floyd Mayweather, man. None of these guys are. And that's no shade at them, it's just the truth. Like, they're not Floyd Mayweather. Floyd has got the kind of gift of gab and personality and had the slew of opponents up to this age and HBO and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everything came together and had an Oscar De La Hoya. He could cash in and fight and elevate his profile to another level. There is no Oscar De La Hoyas out there right now in boxing. So, but Xander, if he wins, it's not another step. It's a leap. He's gonna make a leap and instantly become a new bona fide star in boxing.
The weight bearing down on his shoulders is genuinely immense. For the defending champion, the stakes are equally towering but carry an entirely different meaning. This represents his defining opportunity to permanently silence every critic who dismissed him as a carefully shielded prospect. One victory here converts him from a promising rising star into an undeniable superstar in a single night. So what does the die-hard boxing community genuinely believe will unfold when the arena lights finally dim? A look at the raw, unfiltered conversations happening across forums and social media tells an incredibly revealing story. Fans are pouring enormous amounts of admiration onto the young champion, especially in an era where fighters are routinely accused of safeguarding perfect records and letting marquee matchups sit on the shelf for years. He is being genuinely celebrated. He unified the belts at just 23 years old and immediately went hunting for the most dangerous name in the division. Respect, however, does not always convert into a winning result. The overwhelming majority of hardcore fans are calling a brutal late-round stoppage in favor of the challenger. They are convinced that earth-shattering one-punch knockout power will eventually bulldoze through even the most disciplined fundamentals. Ultimately, that leaves every single one of us with one final electrifying question. Will ironclad discipline shatter raw natural talent, or is the entire 154-pound division about to receive a very permanent wake-up call? We would love to hear from you. Who are you picking to win this fight? Can Xander Zayas pull off the massive upset and etch his name in history by defeating Jaron Ennis? Drop your prediction in the comments below. That is all for today. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss what is coming next. Share your thoughts below, stay tuned, and we will see you in the next one.